You were there on the scene, Liam, in the flesh, at Fenway Park for this year's edition, the latest installment of Truck Day.
It's true. The reports are true, folks. It was a day I'll never forget. Let me tell you that much.
Name a Red Sox podcast that has boots on the ground reporting live on the scene of a couple trucks being loaded up with gear and going down to Florida.
You won't find one. I'm almost certain of this since, Tyler Milliken photo credited me, so he wasn't on the scene. I believe our good friend Mr. Webster from Not Another Sox podcast posted a picture of the truck from last year. So, folks, I'm just saying, this is real.
Were any of the Tessie boys there?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge.
I didn't see it. Well, because I saw Gordo put out a tweet that the truck drove by his apartment, so he certainly wasn't on the scene.
Okay,
but
sure.
I don't know about the other two. They may have stopped by. I was literally only, I'll be completely honest, I was there for like 3 minutes.
That's 3 more minutes than all those other podcasts combined, I'll have you know.
It's a parked truck. What is there to really...
Well, what do they want? What do they want, mermaids?
What was the vibe like, Liam? What was going on? What was happening in those 3 minutes, those 180 seconds for Truck Day?
Yeah, so Wally and Tessie were doing a little like photo shoot by the back of the truck. Saw parts of that. Then they climbed up on this a secondary truck, which I guess was acting as a float. They had the same thing out there last year, and I don't know. I guess they were going to throw baseballs or like some tchotchkes to the the rousing crowd of like 20 to 25 people out there.
And the crowd goes mild.
It was it was quite a scene. It was I'm happy I went out there moments before it took off, because last year I went out like way too early. It was like 8:30 and like the truck was there but nothing else had been set up. So, there was certainly an atmosphere. There was a buzz in the air, folks. Let me tell you.
Spring is about to going on, or spring is about to spring, I guess that would be. Sprung would be the past tense of that word, but I feel like
it was nailed it, Fitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great excuse to take 20 minutes out of my work day, go get Duncan, go say hi to Wally, and watch the boys drive out into the sunset.
Did people
sunset being Worcester?
I need to ask you two guys. I saw something that was like between, this is a weird range of numbers, but it was like 40 and 75. Did I imagine that? That was
yes, it was. They said like 50 to 75.
50 to 75. That's what it was.
It was probably, if anything, it was 50 people and 25 were Red Sox employees. The
and
other
two monsters
were fans. Yeah, and yes, two green monsters, of course.
Yes.
Did people I don't remember, but did people used to get jacked up for Truck Day? Like I know we always make fun of it, but like did people?
I mean, I remember as like a kid I was excited about it, but I don't know as a grown adult you'd be excited about it.
Did people used to go to watch it leave though? I mean, more than 50? It was fun to bet 50 people showed up today, but I don't even remember if that's when they were good.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Was there 50 people?
I have no idea
I have
what
a
the
frame of
crowds
reference.
That's not an insignificant amount of people either. Like we say, only like 25 or something like that. Liam just mentioned that. Even if it was, between 40, 75, whatever it is, that's still a couple dozen people just to basically just watch a truck be loaded up. That's something you see at like the supermarket all the time. You know what I mean? You see 18-wheelers driving around all the time. It just so happens to be baseball bats instead of cartons of milk. You know what I mean? Like that's good, honest work. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to trip that line of work here, but like, that's what it boils down to. And 50 people took time out of their days to be like, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to walk down in early February when it's cold, and I'm going to watch a bunch of gloves being put into a truck. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh my God. So I'm looking for any piece on like crowd numbers. There's an article from MLB from 2014. This one woman got there at 6:40 a.m. There's snow. There's snow on the ground in these photos.
Now that action I can't condone. I cannot condone that buffoonery.
This is madness.
I mean, that's right after the World Series in 13.
I guess. Oh, there's one photo here. The poet laureate was
Oh,
was
Dick.
out there. Yeah.
Dick.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
The
I don't know
tortured
what
poet
year- I
himself.
don't know what year
The
this is,
tortured
but
poet. Yeah. That's right.
there's one photo here from the Globe, and the caption is several hundred Sox fans showed up at Fenway. There's no way
Oh,
that's
jeez.
accurate.
Several.
No, maybe. What year
hundred.
was that? What year was that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find a date on these. It's literally
'cause,
just like a
like-
photo album.
If that was like 03 or 04 where fans were like rabid, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like starving for a championship, then yeah, I guess no, even then that's a lot. You know what I mean?
A good joke just came to me while we're discussing Truck Day here, and you guys, I'm gonna pitch this to you guys, and then you let me know what you think. Okay?
Sure.
All right. So you know
We'll
how
workshop
people
it.
always make jokes like when a guy sucks at his sport, it'll be like, oh, he like got to get his CDL or so, you know.
I've
You guys
actually
know
never
that?
heard that before, but that's kind of funny. You know, I've never heard that before.
You've met Liam. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like vaguely.
Like he's gonna be driving a truck next year. Or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've heard like other jobs, like the people will do the video of the guy making burgers at McDonald's with.
Yeah.
swimming
All right.
pool,
Well,
like, in
anyway,
the
I've
bar.
heard it. I've seen
Same
it,
idea.
Like he's gonna need a CDL next year. Well, anyway, I think we could put a spin on that and be like, you know, we could something. You know, we're gonna workshop this right now.
Okay.
But so say guy on the team next year, they call somebody up or one of our, I don't know, someone sucks on the Red Sox next year. It'll happen. We're bound to have somebody that's
Sure.
bad. We can put them. We could take a picture from Truck Day and then like put their face in the driver's seat and be like this guy next year or something. I
Or
think
the
I
Trump
think that's
pictures of him driving.
There's something there.
Photoshop
There's something
yeah.
there.
yeah. There's something there. There's something there.
Trump fist bumping when he's at the wheel of the 18-wheeler. You just put like Kyle Barraclaw's face on there. You know?
Yeah, you
Jacob.
could say yeah.
Or what were you gonna say? You first.
Just you could. I'm just trying to think of who's got a really good chance of sucking next year. I'm thinking of the roster.
Vaughn Grissom. I mean, he's under team
No,
control, so he could be sent down.
Maybe like Lucas Giolito if he doesn't bounce back.
Yeah.
Like
Unfortunately,
Lucas Giolito in February next year, and just like him.
he's driving the truck.
driving
I
the
thought
truck?
you were going to go the other way around. I thought you were going to say like if the truck drivers were bad, like say they caused like a huge accident, you know, they jackknifed, you know what I mean, like gloves and bats everywhere. Maybe they need to, instead of getting their CDL license, maybe they have to hit the cages. You know what I mean? Maybe they have to take some cuts, try to find a new line of employment that way. It's just a reversal.
That's yeah. It's a real spin on it for sure.
A subversion. That's what we call that in
Yes.
the comedy biz. That's Sam Kennedy Hate Club, aka Jake, as we're introducing him 8 minutes into the episode. We're also joined by Truck Yeah, aka Liam, our on-the-spot correspondent, our capital J journalist for this Truck Day. I'm Billy Traber, aka Fitz, and this is Pod on Lansdowne. We're back early February. Glad to have you with us. Gentlemen, the next time we record, we'll be under 50 days until opening day. It's pretty exciting
Is
stuff.
that a threat?
Yeah, right. It's a promise, Mr. Fantasy. It's a promise. Jake, you don't sound too excited about
Baseball's on the way, guys. Sun is setting later in the day now. You know, it's basically summer as far as I'm concerned. These are the dog days.
that. The sweet sounds of Kelly Nash and the rest of the MLB Network crew on Quick Pitch lull me to sleep every night. It's just a couple of weeks away.
2:30 a.m. Should have gone to bed
Yeah,
4 hours ago.
You jump scare, you know, the like the D Wade or Kevin Durant waking up from a nightmare, and you get the hand clap song. Some MLB Network humor there for you folks. Speaking of MLB, someone who used to work for MLB not too long ago,
Oh,
guy by the
wow.
name
Good.
of Theo Epstein. Have you ever heard of them guys? Have you heard of this
Yeah.
guy?
I'm familiar.
This Epstein guy, well, he's not only being hired by the Red Sox, he's returning to the Red Sox. He's being brought in as a senior advisor to Fenway Sports Group, obviously the former general manager of the Boston Red Sox, architect of some championship teams, a hero here in the New England area, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if you're the general
prodigal
manager of
son.
the team,
The prodigal
right?
son.
The prodigal son is returned. That's exactly what I said on Twitter there, Liam. And it's good to have him back, at least like in terms of the vibe of it. But I wanted to start there because that's probably the biggest piece of Red Sox news we have to discuss here. Jake,
Sure is.
Yeah, right. By default, Jake, you waxed poetically about your pal Theo Epstein before. We all have, all three of us.
Yeah.
We'll start with you. He's back into the fold. It doesn't seem like he's going to be a puppet master or anything like that. And that would kind of be unfair to Breslow for him to be that. But at least it's good to have a familiar face back in the building. And when he leaves the building, he could potentially also wear a gorilla suit. So it works out.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter's been going back and forth on if this is like a move based in reality as far as his effect on the Boston Red Sox, from now on. Like, is this actually something that means anything, or is he just trying to get a piece of that pie, that sweet FSG pie? I don't really have an answer. I think I don't know yet. For a few days there, it seemed like maybe it was actually a real thing, and then Sam Kennedy comes out today and he's like, no, it's actually not real at all.
It's just
fake.
A stepping stone job.
Yeah, this is fake, and
it's an internship.
He's and he's not.
He's doing it for credits for a course.
He said he's not going to be here that long, or which feels unnecessary to even. I don't know why he said that either.
Do not under any circumstances get excited about this, guys.
Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter. Is that what I'm supposed to take away from the words? I actually have I screenshotted it because I was like,
the screenshot there. The one thing I wanted to mention, I don't think that this is necessarily a situation where like he's Palpatine and Breslow is Darth Vader here. You know what I mean? He's not going to be pulling the strings behind. But Cotillo mentioned on Mass Live, and I'm paraphrasing him. It's basically the brass of FSG recognizing that, hey, maybe we haven't put enough eggs into the Red Sox basket in recent years. Here's a guy who knows the building, familiar with the situation here, familiar with the bigwigs of FSG, could maybe put some more focus into the Red Sox, and kind of streamline things that way. Which I'm cool with that, 100%. I mean, it's obviously the last couple of months we've talked about this ad nauseum about FSG. And, the mixed messaging, the unwillingness to, push your chips in, whatever you want to call it. So at least to take a step in the right direction there. It doesn't move mountains, like you mentioned. It doesn't matter, a ton. But Liam, at least it's sort of a step in the right direction where FSG is recognizing that, like, hey, that F in FSG stands for Fenway. We should maybe pay attention to the team that plays at Fenway. No?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, since this news broke, I've been on a whirlwind. As soon as what was this, Friday morning? The news broke, or was it Thursday morning last week?
It was.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, dude. Like those days.
That's
just
right.
run
Okay,
into
so
each
it was Thursday or Friday. I woke up, I saw the news, and I was like, it didn't move me that much, just because I saw the senior advisor and he was getting ownership stake in FSG, and I'm like, I don't know. This feels kind of symbolic. It doesn't really move me. I don't think he'll have a real meaningful impact. It's cool to have him back. It's cool for him, I'm sure. But as far as I am more concerned about the overall roster that we have. If the roster was in good shape, I'd be far more excited about this. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. It feels like jingling keys. At this moment in time, and I don't know.
Listen, I'm not immune to jingling keys. I will say that much.
But then, okay, so then Cotillo. I could never figure out how to pronounce it.
Cotillo. I'm pretty sure it's Cotillo. We talked about this before.
Well, no, the joke is when they say Cotillo is because he's clearly Caucasian. Yeah. That's the joke.
Yes, that's the joke.
Chris Cotillo, come on the pod.
Yes, please. So then Chris comes out with a piece Friday night with that bit you mentioned, Fitz, where it was like, okay, so the Red Sox are privately admitting or acknowledging that the Red Sox haven't really been a main focus in recent years, recent months, whatever you want to say.
They just bought at like a whole ass sport this past week too.
And so that kind of like brought me back around on it. So I was like, okay, so I mean, maybe this means ownership's moving in the right direction. And I don't know, maybe I never assumed Theo would be working in the shadows as like a puppet master, as you said. But it made me at least feel better that, maybe he'll have a meaningful role and outside of Breslow picking his brain 2 to 3 times a year.
This path you're
But-
explaining is my exact
It,
mental path as well.
and then I mean, then Kennedy's truck day comments come out like an hour before we hop on here, and I don't know. I think Catilla
I've got
too
it.
was like,
I've got it.
Catilla was like, maybe I framed this tweet wrong because like people were all of a sudden up in arms. I even jumped in with my picture of Theo on the green line, but then it's just kind of like, okay,
ain't
so
easy.
like he's here to kind of like get some experience under ownership and see how that whole show runs. And I mean, he's not part of the day-to-day operations, which they said that to us right off the bat when the news broke. He's an advisor, whatever that means. And
That's such a broad term, advisor.
it is.
I'm glad
That's
you
why, like,
mentioned that.
I'm trying to remember what the other part of his title was, but I put out like the DJ Khaled meme where it's like, what does he even do? And that's kind of like where I'm back at again here. I'm like,
Well,
he's-
okay, wait. So I have
it's
the
just kind of it's a role for
just
it's a
for context
it's a role for
our
Theo.
listeners.
And
For context for our listeners, I have what Sam Kennedy said today. This is the Catillo tweet from this was at like 3:00 or excuse me, like noon Eastern. Sam, out in Hollywood. Fuck off, Jake. Anyway, so Sam
Spit it
Kennedy
out!
today. Sam Kennedy today called Theo Epstein's new role an interim stop before his next stop, and reiterated that he won't be involved in the day-to-day operations of the Red Sox in his role as senior advisor. So I have a couple notes here. First off, I don't understand, as far as ownership goes for Theo Epstein, like a wealthy guy, obviously, he can't own a baseball team.
he's probably
Like,
got
if you-
less stake. He's probably got less stake in FSG right now than LeBron does.
Yeah,
there's no
so
way
like-
it's a significant
so like, how
piece
does
of the
he
pie.
get more? Like, you can't. Where's he gonna go to fucking?
He establishes that grind set, Jake. Okay,
No, I'm serious. Like,
he starts making his network his net worth, and that's how he's able to expand his portfolio. all
like
right?
he like obviously he'll be like what Jeter was like in Miami, like that, like the face of a ownership group.
Yeah.
But then just stay here. Can't he just be that here? They're clearly fucking uninterested in the team. Like, just let Theo do it, right?
yeah,
Is that
that's
not
his own
silly?
corner of the universe. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, so
I mean,
that's stupid.
he's conquered so many mountains. Obviously, the Red Sox tenure, obviously breaking the curse in Chicago, working with the league, making some great changes while he was working for the league. I mean, there could be an avenue here. Talking about this out loud with you guys, it's funny to imagine. Maybe we can workshop this. What if this is like a House of Cards situation where like he's kind of like a Frank
He's gonna
Underwood?
push Sam Kennedy out onto the green line track.
I was going to suggest he was going to push Craig Breslow out in front of the train and then look at the camera, look at us breaking
Both
the
of
fourth
them.
wall, go, "Oh my, did you think I was going to do that?" I guess there's a
He
new
suddenly shows up
opening
with
for
a
the general
deep-
manager.
a deep Southern Georgian
Yes,
accent.
he has the CEO, the tobacco
Yeah.
CEO voice.
What's the animus tweet?
Now this here Bowser character.
This here Breslow character. Why does Mr. Epstein have such animus for the boy?
I just like that Sam Kennedy quote today, Liam. You said it. It's just like, fans, please do not be excited about this.
Yeah, like, I just,
why
I
do
don't
you-
understand-
why
I
did
don't
You should
you
not,
understand
under
why
any circumstances, gotta hand it to us.
I don't understand why he'd come out and be like, yeah, this is just like a stepping stone for him. I mean, I get it, but it's like, I don't know. I mean,
get why
here I
you
was
say-
defending Sam like 2 weeks ago very strongly, but I think
I
At
At
least
least
know,
that's
maybe
honest. Like, if that's gonna be the case,
I mean, it
at
is
least that's
honest,
honest.
No, listen.
I gotta tip my cap
I,
there.
I get why he would say
but it's like,
that.
why not say that off the bat when they announced the news?
I
You're
get why
like,
he
ah,
would
like
say
he's
that.
here.
That it's not a day-to-day thing, because that is important for people to know.
Sure.
That he's not.
But that's what we
working
all
in the
assumed,
fucking-
and they said that off the bat.
Yeah, so that's fine for him to say that, but to hire a guy
interim
that people
part-
are excited about, and then being like, no, but it's maybe he'll be here like, I don't know, not that long. Why say that? Why even public? Does it matter? Like, why does I texted you guys. I think Sam Kennedy is just bad at his job.
And you know,
I like,
that's
I like how you
really
started whispering.
Well, there's some
guys,
stuff
guys,
going on
guys,
behind me.
everybody.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Jake. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a perfect transition into the break. Because, and you mentioned you texted the group. I'll read verbatim what you said in our group chat before recording tonight. Quote, I want to do an hour on how shitty Sam Kennedy is at his job tonight. And we'll start that hour after the break. No, not an hour, but you know what I mean. We'll get to that talk after the jump. We'll be right back.
BU Hockey has 3 brothers, like 3 sets of brothers on its roster.
Damn.
6 guys.
They play in BC first, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And is UMass playing BU this
No,
upcoming weekend?
UMass isn't playing. I don't know. I don't know why I said that actually.
Yeah, I was like, we're not in the bean pot.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that.
We're in the baseball bean pot, but we are not in the actual bean pot.
There's a baseball bean pot.
There's a baseball bean pot. There's a bean pot for a lot of sports. It's just not as big of a deal, obviously, as the
Nobody
bean pot.
cares.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, ready?
Yeah.
We are back. Pot on Lansdowne, Jake Fitz and Liam back at you with another Truck Day edition of the show. If you wanted to follow along with Liam for his Truck Day reporting, you could have on Twitter because his Twitter handle is at @LiamFantasy_. Jake's, meanwhile, is at Jake Wallinger. I'm at Fitzimo Pena. The show is at Pot on Lansdowne. Follow us there to keep up with us during the week. If you got a question or a comment for us, you can always call our voicemail line. We had a mailbag episode last week, and it was a great time. You can add to that down the line by calling the line. That line is 617-420-2431. Again, 617-420-2431. Questions or comments are always being accepted. Mr. Wallinger, you have the floor. Are we frying Sam Kennedy or what? What's the deal here?
The roast
Okay.
of Sam Kennedy.
Okay, so I know that he has a thankless job. We've been over this.
The yes man.
The yes man, the face of
Not
an
Joshua
ownership
Brown, not to be
group.
confused with Joshua Brown, UMass's yes man.
He's the
Yes,
mouthpiece
yes.
for an ownership group that is clearly checked out, I guess, for the most part. And then, but I was thinking, was this last week I was talking about Lucchino? Was that last week?
Yeah.
Two weeks ago.
because that
Last
their
week was
Luke He goes to
mailbag.
the polls.
Right. Okay. So obviously the team was better, but just like think about the juice that when he talked, you'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, Larry, that's fucking right, dude. The evil empire, fuck. Sam Kennedy talks, and you're like, it's like depressing. It's like you get sad when you hear him. That's not what should happen.
It's corporate, like, middle manager speak every time he steps up to the podium.
That'd be great. Yeah, just Office Space.
He's like,
Yeah.
Hey, can you get this to me by EOD? So I feel like I'm talking to somebody in Slack whenever he gets up there.
Sam Kennedy talks, and it sounds like he's about to tell you that the surgery to get the sock out of your dog's stomach is $7,000. That's what Sam Kennedy sounds like when he's talking to you.
I guess my point is, like, shouldn't he be like a salesman for the team? Right? Like, isn't that kind of what that job would entail? Like, you want people to buy tickets, so you should get. But he comes out every few weeks and he just goes, yeah, things aren't great. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's
Look,
like the Debbie
we own
Downer SNL skit.
Yeah,
We own that we haven't been as competitive. All right, Jake? We own it.
It's like, a beloved figure in Red Sox history is coming back and he's going to be some part of the organization, but not for that long, and he's really not that important. Like,
Don't get attached to him, guys.
What are you doing, dude?
We're all going to die one day anyways, so this is all
Sun's gonna
temporary,
explode.
Right? This moment we have on Earth is fleeting.
Fenway's structural integrity can only keep it going for so long. It's actually not going to be here forever. Boston will likely be underwater in the next 100 years.
The polar bears are dying, and we own that. We understand. We appreciate that.
that.
We're doing everything we can.
God.
Oh man,
I hate him. I really hate him. I really don't like hearing him speak.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of fed up with just hearing Smithers go up and be Smithers. And again, like you mentioned, it is thankless.
Do you think if he didn't have
to an extent,
glasses, people would think differently?
Again, it doesn't help the Smithers comparison with the glasses.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
You know,
Get LASIK, Sam. You can afford it.
they advertise it enough on like sports radio, or at least
Yeah.
they did back in the day.
I'd fucking hope he can afford it with the garbage he's spewing every few days. I'd hope that he's getting paid handsomely for it.
Yeah, to be a fall guy, to quote Chris Carter, you got to have a fall guy in the crew. If he's going to be the fall guy, you know, he better be getting a bag off of that. That's just
It's funny.
good honest
It's
work.
funny because like he's the fall guy that doesn't actually get to fall.
Keep
guy.
showing up.
He's
but
a
he-
weeble wobble.
Sam falls, and then they grab him by the collar and they go, "No, you're gonna have to fall again in a few days, pal. Dust yourself off." Like it's
Get back
every
out there.
week. Every week he has to. Yeah.
Look,
he's-
I fell a couple days ago, and I own that. I own that I fell. It's every single time. It's like, look, we own it. You don't fucking own shit. I mean, you own the team technically, but like, you're not wearing any of this shit.
Him at the I understand he's part of FSG, but him being at the PGA press conference killed me. I gotta be honest.
so
Maybe
that's
he's
what
just a really
he
golf
is
guy.
part of FSG, right?
Yeah,
Not.
he's a minority stakeholder or whatever.
Oh, okay. But he's also the president of the Red Sox.
Yes.
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 Yeah. All right, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, can we get him out of here? I mean, could he go be the president of the fucking Penguins or something?
Let him be the Yinzers problem.
That'd be funny to just ship him off to Pittsburgh. Like we're relocating you.
So we're
Sam.
demoting you.
Look, we traded Sidney Crosby, and we own it. We own that, okay? We know we
We own
traded a
that.
franchise icon.
Hmm.
Jake, I gotta say, dude, you said you wanted to do an hour on Sam Kennedy, and 5 minutes later, you're kind of drawing a blank here on Sam
I
Kennedy.
don't. I
He's
just
tapped
no,
out.
I know. I just don't. I'm almost at a loss for words with like when he wakes up in the morning, he brushes his teeth, he puts on his glasses.
What do you think
Do you
he eats
think
for
he-
breakfast?
Like bran flakes or something. Nothing
I
exciting.
was gonna say like raisin bran, something
Yeah.
like that.
Maybe raisins thrown in there if he's feeling slutty.
Like, do you
Nature's
think that-
candy.
okay, well, he grew up a Red Sox fan, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
He's like childhood friends with Theo, which is a big part of like he,
Theo
I guess,
totally
recruited
bullied him, right?
Had to have.
Yeah, like
Not
he
like
was
physical
Sam
bullying,
was
but like if they were trading like
yeah, like he
candies
was
and
Sam was the
snacks,
punching bag.
swindled him.
Yeah. Well, Theo's a fucking salesman, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, we need more of those guys. Craig, I don't know. Jury's out. He's
Yeah.
he's young. You
Theo
know,
was
he's-
definitely like, I'll give you these sour cream and onions Pringles for your Starburst and future considerations on Wednesday. Comes back on Wednesday, has to give him, another thing of candy or something like that. Theo comes out and
if we could
No,
just
that's okay.
clone Theo and make every FSG employee
Theo.
I think we'd be in a really good spot. I mean, what a rock
It's worth
star.
a try.
What a fucking rock star. One of the Boston accounts tweeted a 2005 commercial with him and a Dunkin' commercial with him and Johnny Damon. You want you guys to understand? This man was a 32-year-old general manager of a sports team getting Dunkin' commercials. What a
He
rock
really-
star.
It really was
30.
like
he was that young, 32.
He was
28
31
when he got the job.
Yeah, he was 31
Which
when they
blows
won the
my
World
mind.
Series.
Liam, we're almost 30.
We are the same age Theo was when he got hired to be GM.
Jesus.
Okay, so I know that he went
That's
to an
where I'm
Ivy
at.
League. You know, fuck, let's just start talking about Theo. Fuck it, I'm over.
Yeah,
Sam
this is
Kennedy.
the
Shut
Theo
up, bitch.
variety hour.
Yeah, this is the Theo hour. I was talking to Sophie about this, and I was thinking, like, so they hired him. What? He was 28.
Yeah.
Okay, I know
Christ.
that like it worked, obviously, but
Imagine if
how,
it didn't. That's
how
such a ballsy
absurd
move.
is that? Yeah, that they were like
Team hasn't won in
uh,
86 years.
84. Yeah, 84-year curse. Let's hire the guy whose balls just dropped to run the team. Like-
And it's like, it's not even like an organization like, okay, we need to like take a risk here. We need to like try to make some waves. We're the new kid on the block. No, this is a blue chip establishment franchise that even with
Well,
the curse is still like this.
I mean,
diehard
yeah, with
fan
like
base.
I
several
guess they
Hall
did.
of Famers.
I guess he was
on-
kind of plan B though. They did try to hire Billy Bean,
That's true.
but still,
Yeah, I've seen Money.
But,
Be like,
but
oh,
why
that's
was
your plan B?
Yeah, I've seen Moneyball. But yeah, why was he Plan B? Yeah, I just don't. I mean, God bless him. and
well,
I'll love him
the whole
forever.
thing was Theo started as a PR intern in Baltimore. And when Lakino was there and Lakino left for San Diego, he took Theo with him. Theo went to law school out there, became the Padres director of baseball. He had some insane title at, like, of course, 24, 25.
I'm telling you, this sounds like House of Cards. You could
and
redo it.
So then when Larry and Warner left San Diego to come to Boston, then Larry brought Theo with him then. And, you know, by then he had already been in the Padres front office at like a serious capacity for, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years. So
it's crazy, fast tracking like that.
What a life.
That is nuts. It's crazy.
And then he broke the 2 longest fucking curses in professional sports.
How many executives, how many like general managers have been inducted into the Hall of Fame? I don't know it off the top of my head, but it can't be many.
I'll pull it up.
Because I mean, he's got to be a Hall of Famer.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Easily.
You don't orchestrate, those 2 teams breaking those 2 curses. And I understand a lot of the 04 team was Duquette. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, as much as we don't like him off the field, fucking Theo went out and got Schilling. Theo was able to put the finishing touches on that. Theo had to trade Nomar, and the Nomar trade ended up working in the 04 Sox's favor. And even then, his handprints are on later teams, 07, 13, even 18.
I got it. There's like maybe I'm eyeballing this, like 50 or so, 40, between 40 and 50.
Yeah, there's a decent list here.
40 in the Hall of Fame executives?
Yeah, a lot of them are like by the Veterans Committee or actually almost all of them are the Veterans Committee.
Well, I wouldn't have thought that. I stand corrected.
The most recent 2 fits are Buck O'Neill and Bud Fowler.
Okay, well those aren't executive. Buck O'Neill was like a lot of things. Buck O'Neill's the man, by the way. He was a player, but he was also a coach. Was he a general manager?
Yeah, he did everything.
Well, what about Bud Fowler?
Bud Fowler, literally.
Marvin Miller? I don't know any of these guys.
Oh, Marvin Miller was huge.
Bud Fowler was like
free agency done.
He played on like barnstorming teams. Bud Fowler died in 1913, Jake.
Oh.
Bud Fowler was like.
Well,
I didn't even know he was sick.
On like 200 teams. No, he was
damn.
All the stars are. But no, Bud Fowler got inducted for the Ortiz weekend. I learned about Bud Fowler that weekend, and I believe it was Dave Winfield did the speech on him and like kind of like gave a story about it. If you take like 15 minutes out of your day to listen to the Bud Fowler Hall of Fame induction speech from Dave Winfield, some pretty interesting stuff. But that's a side note. I think whoever was the general manager of the Blue Jays in the 90s recently got in a couple of years ago.
Well, Fitz, here, I'm
going
to rattle off some names.
Pat Gillick. I know Pat Gillick's in. He was like Blue Jays.
Fitz, I'm going to rattle off some names.
So
move some names. Well, Bud Selig's in, but that's a whole thing. John Schuerholtz.
Yep, Braves.
Jacob Ruppert. Oh, that's pre-integration. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Walter O'Malley. Barney Dreyfus. Bowie Kuhn. Frank Grant. I don't know. But
keep going, Jake. This is enthralling.
Yeah, I don't know. These guys are fucking old. What do you want from me?
Branch Rickey's
it's bizarre they don't have it organized by like front office or
Branch Rickey is in there, Fitz. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
What are you saying, Liam?
So is Tom Yawkey. 2 men with very different opinions on
That's all I have to say about that. What are you saying, Liam? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, I'm trying to find like some organized.
Well, the point is, Theo Epstein will be in the Hall of Fame.
100%.
We will be there no matter what.
Who's the next sock going in? Sock.
That's a good random question.
Mookie Betts, probably. Actually,
I was going to say, Mookie, he won't be wearing a Red Sox hat. Unfortunately, it seems.
You think if he doesn't win another ring with the Dodgers, he goes in capless?
No, he wouldn't go in capless. I mean, that's still. I mean, how long did he sign his deal for LA?
It was what, 12 years? 12
years.
13?
12 years compared to 6 in Boston. They, 1 ring each time. I know he has the MVP in 2018, but I mean, most of his.
Sorry, I was
impact,
just trying to.
He'll be remembered for the most part as a Dodger, so he'll probably end up with the
That's
Dodgers.
cool. That's really cool.
Sick, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
that's
cool.
sick. That's.
But we got 3 players. How bad could that be? 3 for 1. 3 is a bigger number than 1, Jake. I'll have you know. All right. How
Yeah.
bad could the trade have been?
I wonder. You think Alex Verdugo will go in wearing a Red Sox or a Yankee hat?
Well, it depends on what happens.
Dodgers.
If he gets,
Dodgers,
if he gets-
Dodgers.
The secret 4th option is the Marlins after they sign him in 25.
I know Jeter Downs is going in with a Nats cap. I know that
That's
much.
right.
That's for
That's
sure.
right. Yankees cap. I think he got cut
It's
already.
1 week.
Didn't
It's
he?
1
Yeah, he
week
got
in
DFA'd
the
or whatever
Bronx.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't even
cool,
know if he
too.
was on the team long enough to be DFA'd, whatever it is. But yeah,
God. Circling
Yeah,
back to Theo,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
like I just love the stories of like him and the guys in the front office at that time, like 04 through not even 04, like let's say like 03 through 07, where they're just like broing out in Theo's
Yeah.
apartment, like drinking
Dudes
beers.
have dudes
Were
never
rocking.
rocked.
It was
Yeah,
like it
as
gives me
hard.
such it does give me such like startup vibes. It's like it's basically like the Social Network, but it's Theo.
Silicon Valley, but make it baseball.
Yeah, it was like just guys being dudes, losing
Sophie's
out on
dad. Sophie's
Jose
dad has
Contreras.
partied with Theo back in their Yale days. That's a true fact.
What do you think a Theo Epstein party would have been like? I mean, you get a kegger, you know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
get a couple pies for the fellas, Fire up the old out of the park baseball simulator.
They played
a
video
LAN
games
party.
together. They played video games together. I do know that. That's
Yeah, a LAN party of OTP.
yeah.
Not
well, I guess-
OTP. OOTP.
OOTP. Point is,
Big
Theo.
difference between that.
Theo, I'm happy Theo's back, but seems like I shouldn't be. I guess if you ask.
It's
Mr.
one of
Kennedy.
my thoughts was like it feels like Disney Star Wars where like C-3PO shows up. Like, hey, remember these guys?
Luke showed up at the end of the Mandalorian season.
Yeah,
Hey,
Glup.
hey.
Yeah, Theo is
Remember him?
Glup Shitto.
The thumbnail for this podcast episode is us soy facing Theo.
I'm gonna go find the original Glup Shitto tweet, and it's just like, and it'll just be the Red Sox
I'd
hiring.
rewrite
Theo.
it for Theo. But no, that was one of my first instincts once I was like actually awake an hour after I had processed the news. I was like, that's jingling keys, C-3PO. That's all it got out of me. Quite honestly, I think I just need the season to start. I feel like we're all in a dark place.
The thing is, like, because I mean,
It's not going to get any better once the season starts, but at least like we'll be able to have
yeah,
a distraction that's not Sam Kennedy's words and his
yeah, right.
phrasing.
We we like to watch the sport, even if the team is.
I'm so sick of these fucking nerds. Yeah, I need my big baseball boys.
big
out
beefy
there.
baseball boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go-
I need to see Devers and Casas, their joint weight of 500 pounds. I just need to see that. I'm so sick
need
of these skinny nerds.
I need that caveman instinct in the back of my head. I was like, I need to see big man hit ball with stick. That's what I need. I need to see
That's
them
right.
run really fast and catch ball. Circling back to Glup Shitto here, there's got to be
Of course.
Shitto, Theo. There's got to be a
Yeah,
way
I know
to
there
play
was
around
something
with
there,
that.
but I couldn't. I think you lose. I think there's only 3 syllables here to play around with in Glup Shitto. So I
Like
think you
Glup
lose.
shit Theo. Like
No, see, I think
I'm
yeah,
trying
it's
to
like,
crack
I mean,
that
like
nut.
Glup Theo is like the only thing.
Glup Theo's not terrible.
Glup Theo's pretty good.
Is that right? We'll roll with that one.
Would that be the name of the episode? Glup Theo.
Glup Theo. What the fuck is this?
I was gonna.
Normal people seeing that in their podcast feed.
What
Glup
the
Theo.
hell?
Fuck is Glup Theo?
Well, I had 2 ideas going into the episode. The peek behind the curtain here. I have a general idea of kind of what I want to do for the episode title, but anything can happen in the episode where that changes. I didn't think I was going to name an episode "Larry Lukey Go to the Polls" the other day, but I did.
Of course.
Going into it, I was thinking either Truck Yeah, because Truck Yeah, that's just fun to say, and then the Tortured Podcasters Department. But then I was thinking like that might be too like there might be like 500 other podcasts that do that this week.
I'm sure that's a
yeah,
one,
that's
yeah.
true.
You know what they're not going to do though?
Glup Theo.
No one's gonna do
Glup-
Glove Theo.
Glup
So I think
Theo.
that answers
Liam,
What
can
is
you
that?
you tweeted it, but I'm sure you have the picture ready. Can you read the Trump
Oh yeah, I've got to put it up over
the
here.
truck quote? Because that really is how I feel today with all of
when
this.
when he wants to drive away. What if I
Yeah.
hop
Yeah.
in this truck?
By the way, nice trucks. You think I could hop in one of them and drive it away? I'd love to just drive the hell out of here. Just get the hell out of this. I had such a good life. My life was great.
That's so
We're
real.
gonna-
No,
I mean,
If we're
the
gonna call-
end-
if we're gonna
the-
call a spade a
the-
spade, he fucking cooked there.
yeah.
The end of the quote is so good, and it never gets wrapped up in when people reference it. They just go like, "Ah, nice trucks. You think I could hop in one of them?" But the end where he's like, "I had such a good life. My life was great."
He really is. He really
Kills
is
me.
reflecting in that.
He's just like
really
me
is
for real.
reflecting in that moment.
In the background, you just hear you hear it softly. You hear "My Way" by Frank Sinatra. Regrets, I've made a few. But then again, too few to mention, folks. Jake is discussing something on the back, but he has to give the one thing. You know what? That's actually a good place to call it a break right
Break
there.
time.
We're going to step
Another break
aside.
time.
Yes, break time. And after the break, I want to talk about what I wrote about on overthemonster.com. Shameless plug. There is one free agent still available that we really haven't discussed on this podcast, but I thought about it this weekend. And given the circumstances where we're in, Liam, it makes complete fucking sense to go after this individual. A pitcher.
Sure does, Cotton.
We'll talk about it after the break. Be right back. I heard Sophie yell about something, so.
All right, we're good.
You all right?
Yeah, she just had her interview, or well, it was like a digital. It was like one of those ones where you record it.
Oh,
There you go,
I
Will.
I hate those so much.
Yeah.
4 hours ago, and I already ruined it.
Text Kate.
No, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. I'm ready.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Fuck her. Nothing.
Jesus.
Oh,
Okay, so you're not ready.
Oh no, I'm good now.
Bud Fowler over there.
We're back. Pod on Lansdowne, Jake Fitz and Liam. Talking Sox. Teased it during the last segment, but Liam, given the situation, and again, I wrote this on OTM, published Monday. Given the situation from what we've seen over the last couple of months of the Red Sox, Sam Kennedy himself saying that the payroll for 2024 is likely going to be lower than the 2023 level of $225 million, I think it is off the top of my head. I think that's it. But roll with it or whatever it is. That point doesn't matter. It's slated to be lower. They're probably going to go into opening day with a lower bottom line in terms of how much they owe. So given that, given a hesitancy to make a huge splash in the free agency market, and given the question marks down the line, not just of 24, but down the line for the rotation, gentlemen, Brandon Woodruff is sitting right there. And I understand he has injury issues, and I understand he's on the wrong side of 30. Sign him to a multi-year deal. He's one of the 10 best pitchers in baseball when he's healthy, and you could get him for a relative bargain. That's your ace going into 25. And if you wanted to make a splash next offseason with a pitcher, because it's not going to fucking happen this year. They should be in on a Montgomery or even a Snell, but it's not going to happen. I'm just trying to be realistic with
It
it.
ain't happening.
If you're
It ain't
able to
happening.
pair Woodruff on a 3-year deal, I don't know how much you would have with the injury concern. I don't know how much that would be, but it would definitely be on a bark. And a guy who's going to make $9 million had he not gotten hurt in 2023. If you went and paired him with who are the free Wheeler's one of the free agents next year.
It's Max Fried. Sasaki
class.
could be coming over next
Sasaki,
year.
yeah, it's a good class.
Burns if the Orioles don't extend him. Like
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
the
By
arms
way,
are- the-
Corbin Burns.
yeah, well, I mean there are legit. There are. It's a much better starting pitching class next year. Which I call it copium if you want.
Right.
How many years do you think you'd have to give Brandon Woodruff?
At least 3. I'd be good with a 3-year deal.
I would do
think-
4. I wouldn't go over 4.
I think I would be fine with 4. Would you give him 460?
Yeah.
15 a year.
Is one of those a dead year or no? That's
He's
this
not.
year.
He is like 99% sure he's not pitching at all in 2024. Which
Yeah.
I'd
So
be
are
okay-
you? Are
even then
you?
I'd be okay
So
with.
so
you're
I'm,
just
I-
paying
so I'm
him
saying
15 mil for-
I'm saying 4 after this one.
No, 3. He'd be signed through 27.
Okay, so I would give him a 4-year deal after this.
You'd sign him through 28.
Yeah. He got Tommy John or
No,
or
it's
what?
a shoulder thing, which is a little scarier than
I take it back.
Tommy John. 100%.
I
I'm
don't, as
totally
a
fine with that.
resident shoulder expert here.
Yeah, true.
Those don't get better.
Yeah, and I understand there, and a guy on the wrong side of 30, but we're not talking about a guy
3.
like a James Paxton here.
He gets 3 years from Jake.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But again, this is not a situation where it's like a James Paxton where like, oh, it's a pretty good pitcher. Gentlemen,
No, he's good,
He's
Fitz. I
legit.
know.
Legit.
since I just wanted to outline this is what I included in the article. Since the COVID year, since the start of the COVID year, do you know how many pitchers have thrown at least 300 innings and have a better ERA than Brandon Woodruff?
3.
Liam?
I'll say 2.
3. Jake was right.
Oh.
Did you?
Who are
read
they?
that?
Let's guess.
I already
go-
mentioned one of them about 5 minutes ago.
I wasn't listening.
I was gonna
Max-
say like. So Freed, Cole, and Burns.
no. Burns is right behind Woodruff. Believe it or not,
Interesting.
it's
Wait,
two
what was the second part? It was thrown 300 innings and
and have a better ERA than Woodruff. Like Trevor Bauer's in there, but he only has like 110 innings logged, and he's also
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't like him so fucking-
Sandy.
2 first ballot Hall of Famers.
Scherzer,
The other 2,
Verlander,
Verlander,
Kershaw.
Kershaw. Those 3. Verlander, Kershaw, Fried are the only 3 pitchers who register for that who have logged a better ERA resume than Mr. Woodruff. The dude is nasty. He's one of the most underrated players in all of baseball. I feel like people don't talk about, like, I mean, obviously Burns rightfully won that Cy Young Award a couple years ago. Dude's filthy. He's going to be great for Baltimore this year and potentially beyond. We'll see what happens. But Woodruff is really good. If the team is not going to push 25 million, 28 million, 30 million, whatever it is, for a Snell or a Montgomery, or if they didn't do it for Yamamoto earlier in the offseason, and if they still want to get someone with a high ceiling, then Woodruff makes all the sense in the world. I was curious to see what you guys think about that.
Well, okay. You don't, and you may think this, and then this whole conversation goes to shit anyway. But you don't think he would just do a 1-year prove it?
He might. It might
Like,
just be a
he was
2-year deal.
really fucking good. I feel
Yeah,
like that's
he was
probably,
unbelievable.
Like he could go get like an 8-year bag if he just has another season like he's had.
Not with the shoulder though. That's the thing.
If he has a great, if he comes back in 25 and he's an ace again, you don't think
Then
somebody would give him
potentially,
like
yeah, he
7
might,
years?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but
So-
because like that, if he's doing a 1-year prove it, then he's going into free agency at entering his age 33 season.
No, that's not right.
But if he can
Yeah, because he
throw
was
like
30 this
180
past
innings with
year,
that-
so he's not. He's not pitching in 31.
His birthday
he's
is
about
in
to
5
turn
days.
31. Yes, he's
Yeah.
about to turn 31.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
32. His age 32 year will be the
Would
first
be to
year
prove
of his con. No, that's Oh yeah. Oh
was
yeah,
born in
shit. So
93.
you're right. No, Liam, you were right. Yeah.
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 I don't know. 3 years, 30.
No, he wouldn't take that.
And if the eyes are already on the future, you know what I mean? Like if you're already Breslow, his quote was they're trying to build the quickest path to a World Series team.
Yeah,
And that is through the development of Marcelo, of Anthony, of Teal. If you're looking at 24 as not being a part of that bridge being built for a championship team, well, someone who could raise the ceiling of a potential championship team is a bona fide ace if he's healthy. And if he's not healthy, then c'est la vie. It's a shorter term sort of contract. You're not paying him $30 million like he could have been making on the open market. You're giving him, I don't know, like 15. I don't know how much he would make. I think Tyler Mahle, who is going to be out, I believe, all of this year with Tommy John, he got a 2-year deal with Texas worth, I think, like $24 million. So like 11 or so, like 11 average annual value. Point is, I don't know. I thought of that this week, and the crazy part of it is like I haven't really not just from Red Sox fans, just people in general, I haven't really heard people mention Brandon Woodruff out there. Like, yeah, he's going to be out for this year, but there are plenty of pitchers who are out for a year and get back and are fine. I understand that's more Tommy John, but you still hear enough chatter about like a guy like Sandy or Walker Buehler this past year. So give Brandon Woodruff his year, let him rehab. By the time he's ready in opening day 25, the kiddies will be up, ready to contribute. You still have Casas either on a pre-arb sort of deal, or you already extended him and he's locked in. Devers is locked in. You still got Story, Grissom potential. You've got a team there, and then now you have your workhorse potentially at the top of the rotation after 18 months of getting a shoulder surgery. I don't know, Kevin Hart.
I mean, it sounds great. Yeah, I don't. I hesitate to even fantasize about free agents anymore. The way things have been the last few years. When I was in high school, or it was like really
when
real.
I was a boy,
it was like, we're gonna sign
young boy.
Price or Scherzer. We're gonna grab one of them, or like. But now look at us. We're talking about guys that can't even pitch.
He's out for the year.
Like. He literally cannot play the sport this year, and we're like, I think we can make that work.
Good move.
Yeah.
Look, if we're just punting to 24, I'm just looking at this closest bridge to a title team.
Fitz,
I'm trying here. I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
I like it. I'm all but throwing my hands up on this season right now. I have zero expectations. So, I mean, if you go into 25 and your rotation is something like Woodruff and Bayo and Giolito, I guess has that option too.
Well, if he's bad, he's here. If he's good, he's gone.
No, okay, that's fair. Okay, I don't know. Their rotation still needs a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
Like even looking at 25, Giolito could be gone. Pavetta's in a contract year. Like,
oh god.
Okay, then you're back down to just Bayo.
Which I also think, like, in the meantime, in the end,
Cutter.
Cutter. Okay.
Happy Cutter Day.
I feel like this is the make or break as a starter for him.
You would still be. I still think, like, just even getting some middle of the road guy who can just be even 5 and dive for you consistently and just be okay for the next couple of years, especially if you're going to have a guy like Pivetta walk. Whereas, and I mentioned this in the article, you can get someone like that potentially via trade or late free agent addition, just to ensure that we don't have to keep sitting through starts from Tanner Houck or Wink or Whitlock when they're very much more effective out of the bullpen.
Fitz, you would think that makes sense, right? You would.
Which is why it won't happen.
Yep, you would think.
It's one of those things, you know?
One of those things. Just one of those things.
I don't know. I thought of that this week, and I'm like, I feel like any team, really full stop, any team would be better served if they have the facilities to wait a year.
Let the Dodgers do it.
Fuck
it. Why not? Why not?
At this point, right?
Yeah, they'll jump in right away.
Yeah, they should have him. They got it.
Like, I'm trying to think like that's another perfect idea for the. Could the Orioles just be the Brewers? Like, they have enough pitchers for 24, right? But if they really wanted, with the new ownership group coming in, if they really wanted to put the pedal to the metal, whether or not they extend Burns, they could have Woodruff there with G-Rod and with Bradish. It would make a lot of sense for them. There are plenty of teams where that would make sense. Boston being one of them. Let this be the place. Even if he's not here for 7 years, let him reestablish his value. Let him cook a year and a half after getting surgery.
Fitz, I like it. I do. I feel like he's probably. I mean, there's been nothing on him, right? Not a peep.
There's been no. I remember people were talking about it like before we were headed into free agency. As like, we'll pull a Paxton with him.
Kevin Durant.
I can tell you. Yeah, sure.
That's what he did when he tore his Achilles.
I just haven't heard anything since. But
I mean, is it just a matter of him waiting on Gumby and Snell to set the market? That's probably what it is. If I had to guess,
I guess. But like, if I'm in his situation, like, why even worry about that?
Yeah, what effect do they have on your little?
I don't know. I would want to sign like something like a 2-year deal where the second year is a prove it, and then that at least like gives you the security to be like, all right, I know the spring training facility I'll be at. Like you'll be in touch with coaches and like rehab and all
Right.
those sorts of resources.
Start to get
but
acclimated with the catchers. You know what I mean?
yeah, things like that. So I mean, I don't know. It's a nice idea, Fitz. I'll give you that.
Man can dream. What's that line?
I just don't
Shawshank,
know
like,
anymore.
Hope
Hope is a
it's up-
dangerous thing.
Oh no, it's up here. Like they can't take it. Or no, when he's talking about how he like hears the music, like they can't get to it up there.
Can you hear the music, Robert?
Hey, Woodruff, he's
watched that
actually
the other night.
he's actually going to Germany to study under Max von Braun
Heisenberg.
or whatever.
Oh yeah, Braun.
He's gonna inject a baseball with
Niels Bohr.
potassium chloride or whatever it was.
Want to just talk about Oppenheimer? I'm so
Yeah,
I
what a
get.
film. What a fucking
I
film.
saw it. I saw the what's today's Monday. On Saturday night, Robert Downey Jr. did a panel thing for an hour before it, and then I saw Oppie in 70mm. It was beautiful.
That's lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah, what a picture! I had a few thoughts I actually wanted to. So more movies.
Did you like it better in 70?
I mean, it's the same. I mean, like it looked great. I mean, I like watching anything on film because I just like the filmic like look. It's like warmer, but I mean, it's
Filmic
this.
look.
Yeah, like what? I mean,
Is
it's
that a
hard
word?
to. Yeah, it's hard
I know
to
what
articulate.
you mean.
Yeah,
I just didn't know if it was a word. I do know.
no. It's a word. If it's shut up, it's a word.
I didn't know.
Every time I watch that movie, another character actor pops out to me as like, wow, that guy is fucking killing it in this.
Who was it this time?
This one, it was the I think he's no, I don't know what he is. I think he's German. But the guy
Is it the guy that plays Heisenberg?
No, the guy that
Oh,
bets the $10 that the fuse will go
Oh,
off and then
yeah,
runs
yeah.
outside. Is he German?
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's guy. Or I mean, all the European guys they have are fucking awesome. He's a prima donna.
That's the best delivery in the movie.
Yeah, and then like I love that what's his face? Fucking Kenneth I always fuck up his last name. say it, Liam.
Branagh?
Branagh.
Branagh?
I love that he's Nolan's new Michael Caine, like he's in all his movies now.
Top Gun. Yeah.
But I also hope that they continue to make him play a European nationality that he is not in
So
every
he
cameo.
has to put on the accent.
Yeah, because he's Russian
He's from
in
Belfast.
Tenet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The accent
He's
in Tenet
so
is
he's
so
he's
funny.
Irish, right?
Was
Is that
born
the
in
Irish
Belfast,
or
is he?
Northern Irish? Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
difference.
I think he's
Make sure
Northern
you
Irish.
get that right.
He's from so he's from Northern Ireland, and then in Tenet he's playing a British person, like an English person, or in Dunkirk, I mean. Tenet he's playing a Russian, and then in this he's German. So like what else? You got to make him like
Polish?
French, Polish, Swiss. I don't know. Just keep running him out there. Give him fun accents to do.
Finish.
He fucking kills it.
Yeah,
He gets
he's really
some of the hardest
what-
lines in the movie. You know, he gets say, "Can you hear the music?" and he gets the American Prometheus line.
Name of the
Good
book.
stuff.
Hey, God, what do you think is like? What do you think his total screen time is? Like 2.5 minutes? If
Oh
that?
God, if that, yeah, it's probably 2.5, 3 minutes.
45 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Would you
that
say
movie. Let me tell you, boys, that movie it hums like it's 3
It
hours
does. It
long.
flies by. You have
You
no
don't
idea.
even.
You have
feel
no
it.
idea. You don't
Yeah,
feel
it's
it.
really well paced.
Feels
Do
like
you
it's
think-
90 minutes.
Do you think, in terms of like actors who are in movies for 3 minutes but were still a tour de force, do you think Kenny was better, or do you
The
think Brendan
rewatchables
Fraser-
the rewatchables podcast calls this the Dion Waiters Award.
Okay, so the Dion. I gotta say, House. Dion Waiters Award between Kenny and Brendan Fraser in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay,
not had
a chance
to speak to my client.
I think probably Kenny. Kenny getting
I think
both.
it's Kenny.
Kenny getting
Yeah.
two of the hardest lines in the entire script.
It's pretty
I
good.
think are probably
It helps.
Well, how's this? Who's your Dion Waiters in the whole movie in Oppenheimer? That's a question. The guy that comes in, chews the scenery, leaves. Dane DeHaan is fucking crazy in it.
Now, I mean, this might be the basic pick, but Remy Malek just coming out
Well,
of nowhere.
that was the one that first came to mind. But I don't know. I just think it's like the character's testimony is so important. I think we place like he has we place more emphasis on his
But it's
performance.
so funny
but-
because like he's just kind of hovering there for like an hour and he doesn't
right, he's
say
just
a
being
word.
He's just being
squeamish.
bullied. He's
Yeah.
being bullied by Oppenheimer
Like
every time. He's
smacks them.
like, fuck out of my face. This
Yeah, we don't need
fucking
we
clipboard.
don't need that in the record.
You might
Yeah.
be able to help me workshop this sort of tweet. I keep thinking like from time and again. You know the scene when Bobby Yoppie comes in and throws a couple marbles into the jar and he stops a second and he throws a couple more and they're like, yeah! It's
Yeah.
like me and the boys like me telling the boys how many beers I've hammered like deleted at the bar or something like that. Like
That's good, Fitz.
how many beers have I housed tonight somewhere? Didn't waits.
Oh my god, Casey Affleck. When I saw it on opening,
Oh,
night,
he's so
his
good
performance
too!
floored me.
Yes!
He was so terrifying. God, Alden is so good. Fuck.
Safdie's fucking crazy.
Oh, I love his Teller
Until
accent.
someone does another.
Is this the guy I was
until,
thinking of?
until someone makes a
Gustav-
younger Sheldon.
Oh, I think he's Hans Beth
Hans Beta.
Beta. So that's German, right? Yeah.
Beta.
Wait, which
Beta?
one's Hans?
He's the one that bets
Oh,
that the
Skarsgård.
fuse
Yeah,
will go off.
yeah.
Hans Beta is German.
He is German. And then what about Kurt Godel? That sounds German too. Yeah.
Josh Peck in that movie.
Yeah, he's in that movie too.
They-
Sure is. Hans is Czech.
He's just kind of there for a hot second. Like he was big in the
Kurt is
trailer.
Czech.
He had a moment in the trailer, but you know.
Austria Hungary.
Jack Quaid pulls up.
Gary Oldman as Truman. So
fucking
good.
fucking Will Stronghold from Sky High is hanging out in there. Roderick.
Sky High referenced.
Who else we got? I mean, what a picture, guys.
Olivia Thirlby.
Who? The guy that gets stirred. What's his? Matthew Modine. He has like 3
Oh
lines.
yeah.
Forgive me if I seem stirred, but I am.
He's
I am.
so good. Yeah,
God damn.
I could watch that movie 1,000 times.
Yeah, I'm due for a rewatch.
Jack Wade on the bongos.
Yep. Also, fucking what the fuck is his name? The Josh Hartnett is like a tour de force.
Oh my
in it.
god, he's so
Yeah.
good.
He's
I didn't know he
fucking
had that in
unreal.
him.
Get
He's
that
so
guy in some
goddamn
more.
naive.
Get that guy in some more real
I owe
movies.
I owe
huh?
an apology. I wasn't familiar with this game.
No, I
I
absolutely.
feel like I haven't seen him since like
Of course, the Crumb
Black
God.
Hawk Down.
Of course, the Crumb God. Crumholtz.
Was he also in Pearl Harbor? Or
Robbie.
was that a different guy?
No,
with
that's
Ben
him.
Affleck?
No,
That's
the
Ben
Hartnett's
Affleck.
in Pearl Harbor.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. That's that might be the only thing I've ever seen him in. Before, like he just
Really?
did
You
dog
haven't
shit.
seen Black Hawk Down?
No, I haven't. That's a gap.
Black
I
Hawk
have.
Down's good.
Pearl Harbor is such it not like the movie itself, but the creation behind it. It was such a funny genesis because all it was.
Oh my god, dude! I thought Fitz was saying it was a funny genocide, Pearl Harbor, right there for a sec.
Genesis. No,
I had a real like Fitz. What are you saying, dude?
Where's he going with this?
What is he cooking?
How it was created in like the boardroom because it was released by One Vista Pictures, which is Disney owned. That's like Disney's serious movies division.
Yeah.
All it boiled down to was Michael Eisner, the CEO of Disney at the time, saw Titanic and was essentially like, we should
We
do
need
that,
one
but
of
with a
those.
different national tragedy. That's what we should do. Instead of one love interest, there's two.
That
love
movie
interests.
sucks. It's a really
It's a bad
bad
movie.
movie, but I'll tell you what,
not
the
good.
actual Pearl Harbor scenes are quite good.
Oh
Like,
my god, they're so good.
Cuba
I
Gooding
remember
on the guns, yeah.
I
yeah, like,
remember watching those
he-
on my
he cooks.
little
He
iPod
cooks.
video. It was like the first movie my parents let me buy on iTunes, and I put it on my iPod video, and those were the only scenes I watched. Were like the actual action scenes.
Yeah, they're
Telling on
they're
yourself
good.
about watching the Kate Beckinsale moments because special.
Well, yeah, that's
Special.
Yeah.
Still throw 98 on the black.
She,
does help.
yes, yes. Never been in a good movie though, not once.
The Aviator is a good movie.
What? She's not in that.
She most certainly. How much you want to bet? Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale?
Beckinsale. I will bet you $100. I will bet you, if you are wrong on this, you have to buy my tickets to Seattle. Kate Beckinsale is 100% in the
I'm checking
AVA.
right now. You made that
I'm
up.
looking
Oh my
now.
God, she's
Oh,
Ava
she is.
Gardner.
Yes.
Oh,
Tickets to Seattle, biatch.
are you coming?
I'm trying.
Oh, brother.
Well, I mean, if you buy them right now, if you buy,
I'm not, I'm not.
Do or do not.
Oh, she's in Click too. She's in Click. I'll give her that one too. That's a good picture.
I haven't seen
Other
that
than
in
that,
years,
other
but-
than that
What the
though,
hell
this
is
is.
it?
I mean,
I don't think
this is-
I've never seen these Underworld movies.
This
I
is
didn't
a
know there were this many of
staggering
them.
filmography. Otherwise,
Well, I was going
This is
to
ugly.
Beckinsale's.
she's
lineup
in a
for-
she's in a short film released in 2012. She plays woman number 3. The title of the film is called Republicans Get in My Vagina. That's the name of the short film.
Oh, okay.
Not sure. I wonder what that one's about. I'm not sure.
Is it tongue in cheek, Kate?
Well, the other 3 women are Judy Greer. We love Judy Greer, and Andrea Savage. We can move on from that. I don't know what's going on with that one. Yeah, Underworld. You never seen the Underworld movies?
She's in a ton
No,
of
I didn't know there were that many. There's
Yeah,
like
that
5
was
of
that's
them.
like
What the
that's
hell?
her. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, Liam, this is news to me too. Underworld Blood Wars is the 5th installment. It was made on a $35 million budget. It made 81.1.
Oh yeah, people show up for people get horny
my
for
God.
Kate Beckinsale. I mean, it's you know.
Okay, fair, but like,
Yeah, they got 5 of them fucking things, huh? She's not in the 3rd one though. But then they brought her
Underworld?
back. Then they brought her back for the 4th one and the 5th one. They
this is
tried.
news to me.
She must have asked for too much money. She must have asked for too much money. I'm sure. Oh, it's a prequel.
okay.
Yeah. It's got Michael Sheen in the starring role.
Michael Sheen, who is he?
My dog
Michael
Bill
Sh-
Nighy. Love Bill Nighy.
Michael Sheen was that's partners with Kate Beckinsale. That's it. There you go.
Aren't they still married?
No, 95 to 03.
Oh gosh, yeah. She was fucking Pete
Bill
Davidson.
Nighy?
Remember that?
No, Michael.
No, no, not Bill Nighy. No, Bill Nighy is
Davy Jones?
Davy Jones is banging Anna Winter, isn't he? Right?
Like the
Like Vogue.
yeah, like the editor, like the
Yeah.
what looks like
Yeah,
Edna Mode.
Yeah, they stepped out together a little while ago, I believe that
Michael
was.
Sheen.
my
When you talk about a win for personality season, Michael Sheen, because that one, Kate Beckinsale. You talk about outkicking the coverage there. Like goodness gracious, and Rachel McAdams.
What?
2013, Michael Sheen, my dog.
Oh my god.
That witty British sense of humor.
Both of them? Oh, and well, Sarah Silverman.
Sarah
she's evil.
Silverman
kind of
She's evil, but yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's quite the lineup.
Yeah,
I,
wow.
I apologize. I knew there was one of them in there. Like I was like, and it made sense with Beckinsale, but I did not know that.
Stop saying her name. There's no D in her fucking name. Stop saying it like that.
Oh my God, there isn't. Holy shit, Berenstain Bear situation.
Respect Kate, please.
It's Beckinsale. Holy
But
shit.
you know the other guys. You coming to my house? You say my wife? He's evil too, actually. That's what's Brett
Arnie
Gelman.
Palmy alert.
Yeah, he's also very evil.
um,
Woo woo.
Arnold Palmer alert. Who wants some Arnie Palmies? No, this is news for me.
You come back here and fuck my wife.
I swear to Christ,
He was ahead of the
always-
curve.
I always yeah right now. I always thought it was Beckinsale.
Yeah, it's not. Sure
Holy
isn't.
Shit.
What?
It's a Bernstein. It's a Mandela effect. I don't know.
That's a you thing because it's never.
Okay, fine. It's a
never-
me thing. It just I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was always Beckinsale.
That's actually
Bill,
awesome.
Bill
what a
Nye was
real.
in Detective Pokemon?
He turns into Mewtwo. He puts
Oh,
his
you're
he
right.
puts his
You're
brain or whatever his conscious in Mewtwo. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
God, Catherine Newton's in that movie too. God, that's another horrible filmography. That's
Catherine
starting to
Newton is really
build.
bad. Yeah, I actually like
Wasted.
Detective. I think it's fine.
Oh,
It's
no, I
fun,
like-
cute
I like
for
the
what it
Pokemon.
is.
She's got some time to turn it around, but I mean, Quantum Media.
Yeah.
I know she's
I'll
doing
tell you what.
something Frankenstein with one of the
Yeah, Lisa, one of the shitty, the Cole
looks
Sprouse, the
fucking
shitty
terrible.
one.
Looks fucking awful.
I'll
That
tell you
pisses
something
me off.
about. I'll tell you
Wasted.
something about Kate Beckinsale. Classic movie star, Because, like, obviously very beautiful. And like I said, she's never been in anything to make her this famous as she is. Like, her filmography, seriously, is fucking terrible. And I think that's awesome. Like, we need more of that.
Gotta respect it.
Van
Yeah.
Helsing in there.
That's
I
also
love-
like a. It's also
I
like an
love
Emily
Jackman.
Blunt thing.
Whoa, what?
I mean, Edge of Tomorrow, I like, but
Devil
like
Wears Prada?
she does. It's all franchise stuff.
Who's this you're discussing?
I'm
Emily
talking
Blunt.
about Emily Blunt.
Well, she's an Oppenheimer's better than
Yeah, I
anything.
mean, yeah,
Kate Beckinsale
it's like-
ever
She
done.
very well might win an
Yes.
Oscar for that. You know,
Yeah.
Quiet Place too. You know what I mean? Like
What?
people liked Quiet
Thank you.
Place.
No, I mean it's
I
fine.
like the
That's
first
not
one, yeah.
exactly
I-
what Liam is talking about.
No, I
List
thought
of
it was-
Emily Blunt.
prestige
I got it
film.
right here. I got Sicario. I didn't love
Sicario,
that.
okay.
People liked it.
Yeah.
The Muppets. She has a cameo. She's Miss Piggy's receptionist.
Okay, you're gonna yell at me at saying that A Quiet Place wasn't a thing that was like critically thing, and you bring up the Muppets, like, and I love the Muppets, but
The
like, let's go.
2012 Muppets is a great movie. Fitz.
I didn't realize. She
Yeah,
was in
Man
that.
or Muppet,
I probably
dude,
haven't
it's a
seen
banger.
it since then.
Yeah. What else?
Am
Looper.
I more Muppet than man, or more man than Muppet?
Sure. Oh,
I like
she's Juliet in Romeo and Juliet.
No,
That
man.
movie made $200 million at the box office.
That has to be, like, that has to be overseas.
Yeah, probably London or
Yeah.
the UK. I don't
And
know.
there's Sherlock Gnomes.
Sherlock. That was the sequel. Yeah, that was a sequel.
The Romeo and Juliet original soundtrack is the soundtrack album, and it was released in February of 2011. It features music by Elton John.
Yeah,
Who's also the film's
Crocodile
executive
Rock.
director.
He did Crocodile Rock with somebody else on that. They
Nelly Furtado's on there. Kiki D, who sang "Don't Go
Furtado.
Breaking My Heart" with Elton John back in the day.
Yeah, Nelly Furtado and Elton John's Crocodile Rock. That was a hit. That was a smash
The
hit.
duet of Elton John and Lady Gaga for "Hello Hello" was featured in the film, but the soundtrack version only features Elton John.
Oh. Additionally, on May 4th, 2011, the duet was leaked online, available for download on most sharing websites.
How many people do you think
Imagine-
are sticking around for the
That's
Romeo
what I was
and
saying.
Juliet talk 25 minutes after we stop talking about
Imagine
Red
being
Sox?
the guy on May 4th, 2011 that's like, I gotta fucking leak this fucking file. Fucking
This is gonna break the internet.
gotta get this Hello Hello cover out from Romeo
That's actually
and
what
Juliet.
Snowden was arrested for. He was
He was leaking Romeo and Juliet MP3s.
on LimeWire.
Yeah, but they got him. Yeah, but they got him.
Got him. He shared his Dunkaroos. So, all right, is that all we got?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. How many more weeks till spring training?
or we're getting close.
But
Is
that
there a gnome
Northeastern
emoji?
game will be here before we know it.
Exactly, the annual Northeastern game. Is there a gnome emoji?
Oh,
Mm,
Liam, you got it? You pulling it up?
I think so.
Or an elf?
Gnome.
No,
There's no
we need,
gnome.
like just a magical creature.
How about
What
a
if we just type-
mushroom?
Oh yeah, let's do
like-
mushroom.
Yeah,
That's good. I
because
like
feel
that.
like that's like a whimsical type of emoji. to
There's a
go with
mushroom.
gnomes.
For sure.
If
For
you get to this
sure.
point, mushroom at Pawn on Lansdowne on Twitter, just to know that you sat through all that. And we appreciate you for sitting through all that. As always, thank you for spending your time with us this week. For Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz. You've been you. We'll talk to you next week. Go Sox, and obey your mother, and obey your gnome mother as well.
Obey your mother. I don't know about that one, Fitz. I'm sorry.
Just a final note before I sign off. The people in the comments on my truck day tweet and my truck day photo are relentless. These are the nastiest human beings I've ever come across.
They cooking your ass? They
Some,
cooking your
someone
ass?
just responded because like my original caption was out here with the real sickos, and someone just replied with idiots.
You're not even adding anything to that.
With idiots.
with idiots.
That's sick.
And then another person was like 50 to 75 of the dumbest people. That was
Yeah, so
another
you
good
quote
one.
that with the pointing.
Yeah, yeah. Someone said we were all homeless people with nowhere else to go.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
But
get
otherwise-
them.
Happy Truck Day.
Did
Obey
you
your
talk to
mother.
anyone? Or was it just people standing silently watching this truckload?
No, I didn't talk to anybody. Nobody was talking. It was a bizarre crowd.
You need to yell at these people online and be like, you know what, I'm out here, actually putting this time in, getting this information for you as a capital J journalist.
All right.
What are you gonna do? Glup Theo, we hardly knew you.
Glup Theo. Yep. All
You
right, obey your
jumped the
mother.
gun.
Right.
Yeah, you
obey your
jumped
mother.
the gun.
Obey your mother. Obey your mother.
Yeah.